what's happening. So it is bandsaw, Sawmill band sharpening day. We kind of got a little following on Sundays. I come over for milling, and I am running really the same 3 bands over and over and over again. I'm going to run them until they break. And you guys might know from a couple of previous videos that I'm running one that's got like 3 teeth knocked off it. I think that's the one I've got on the center right now. And one that I've resharpened using this grinder set up with the profile wheel. But I'm gonna set both of them and then sharpen both of them. I'm gonna let the video run a little bit. I might pause this a couple times. I don't use that enough, and I let my videos run long. So I'm kind of go through the process a little bit. I'm gonna bring you guys over, let you zoom you in on the setting. Typically, blades get set to half the thickness of the band. I think these bands are 43 thousandths, I believe. I don't have my mic up here. I just took it downstairs. So I think they're 43 thousandths. So somewhere around 21, 22. Most people set to 25. They come set factory at 25 thousandths. My thought on that is that the more set, the more material you're removing and the more horsepower it takes to run the band. The less set, obviously the thinner the kerf, the more potential you have to build up heat in the cut by the band rubbing in the cut. The more set, the more you're opening up for that band to go through. And somewhere in there's a happy medium. And I'm not really sure where that is yet. I know that our saw seems to run great with 18 horsepower and 25,000 set. I've watched countless hours of other people sharpening their own bands and talking about it, and Cook's videos and cat claw this and cat claw that, and I'm not completely sold myself yet on being a sawyer and a saw sharpener and sharpening hand saws and chainsaws for milling and so on and so forth, and being somewhat accomplished at that. I'm not sure where I am yet on bandsaw bands. I have a bunch of different ways to do this. I found this to be the best for me. And I am gonna see where my set is on these. So far that the set's been pretty consistent from Norwood on these saber-tooth blades. They seem to hold their edge a long time. The one that I sharpened last time, that was missing the 3 teeth, could have kept going. I basically retired it just because it was the end of the day. And yeah, I'm going to check the set and see if it's moved around. It's all part of my education to see how much the set moves and if it's still good, and then we'll run it through the sharpener, and then I'll run the teeth off them tomorrow out on the mill. So figured since the wife's out of town and I'm on the setter and sharpener, I might as well shoot some videos. So I'm going to bring you over and show you the setter setup. So as you can see here, I've got, this is really we call it one of our shops. This is a finish room upstairs where we can finish big panels. Get a 4x8 bench. I rebuild most of my chainsaws up here. So saws and stuff underneath the bench here. kind of a good little place to get away. Once upon a time, it was just, you know, this room was basically used for finishing. You can see all the finishes up there and gluing up big panels and stuff like that. You know, and we made this, got a router table in it, and one of our routers that we don't use much is in that. And now it's kind of dedicated to saw setting, saw sharpening for now till I get my saw shop done. But let me see if I can get you guys. So just for reference, this dial indicator right now is set on 0 on a 0 tooth on a raker tooth, true raker tooth. And I'm setting the teeth that are facing away from me. The indicator on, or the reference band on the dial indicator is at 25 thousandths right now, because that's where I found these bands to be. And I'm not going to fight City Hall. I'm not going to bend everyone back if they're all at 25. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run, get you a better side view here, get some light over my shoulder. Hold on. Not sure exactly where my shoulder is, but some light over my shoulder there. Yeah, it's all right. I'm kind of standing in front of it, but it's better than nothing. Maybe I can bring you down a little, get you a little closer. There's kind of a bunch of crap on the floor here, so it's, and I don't want you in my way. So this is a pretty simple setter. I think once upon a time this came from Wood Miser is what I believe. And as you can see, that's interesting. So some of the set did come out of this. This is over at 17 thousandths right now. Now I have to do one trial and error set here just to see how much you have to bend it past to get it to rest. So it probably should be pretty close from where I started, but that's 85. It's 93. This tooth is not bending all that much. This is resting in there, right? Yep. It's at 20. And I overset it. I have to definitely adjust this anvil. I'm just going to bend it back a little bit. Back to where we started. So I'm just going to back this off a little, just so I can get rolling. I don't want to overset them. It's 20, so at 95. This one is not bending all that well. And of course my setter is a little bit loose here. I gotta get it tight. All right, so that's at 25, and that turned all the way over. I'm going to try a couple more. This is right around the weld seam, so sometimes around the weld seam you run into weird situations, I can tell you that. So let's just re-zero here really quick. This one's 22. Some of the set did come out of this band. So 95. All right, so that's 25. I try to set them within 2000s, so my bands run smoother. This doesn't take this much time. I'm just trying to get set here. What I want to do is I want to get this anvil snapping in about 95 thousandths. And when this is a pretty new blade, pretty new band, this goes pretty quick because the set on them is pretty consistent. So again, I'm at 20. That's 24. I'll leave it there. 0. Yep. So 24. 25. 0. 20. It's 23. 25. 0. 20. 25. 0. 21. 24. 0. 20. 22. 25. Does make a difference where they are on it too. 0, 20, so they're consistently underset. It's 23, 25, 0, 20. Gotta get the teeth just a little bit over there. 24, 0, 20, 25, 0, 20. So what I want to do is I want to get this tooth just past center, and it seems to set to 25. That's 24, 0, just past center, 23, 0, 20, 24 and a half, 0, 18, definitely underset, 25, 0, it's 20, 25, 0, 20, 24, 25, 25. So the setter is pretty, overall, once you get it set, it's fairly repeatable. 25. 25. 25. It's at 20. 25. 20. 25. It's repeating pretty well right now. As long as I don't know if you can see this, but if I can get that tooth just past center is where it needs to be for it to overset to, so right now it's at 20. Now it's at 25, exactly where they're all setting. I'll tell you it's setting to get that. It's 20. And it's setting a 97 thousandths, 25. 20, 97, 25. So the spring back is pretty consistent. 21, 97, 96, 25. 25. That overset. I could tell it went past. That's 27. I'm gonna pull this one back. Reset it. Right now it's at 16. It's at 20, but it's not past center. I'll leave it at 23. Something going on with that tooth. 22, 93, 25. 21, 95, 25. This one's a little, didn't quite lose a lot of sets at 23. 26. 25. I don't know. I'm getting I should have done that. There's another one that's an oddball. It's 22. Sometimes this anvil will move just a little bit. It's 25. Just going to work on making sure that my zero's right. Back to 20, 25, 0. 24. 24. Zero's good. So I definitely knocked some of the set out of this band for sure. That's good. I want to make sure that I'm staying. I want to make sure that my band's staying flat. Zero, 25, basically 0. 25, 0, 24, 0, 22. So they don't, you can tell one thing, they don't all bend the same. They do pretty well. It's 24. 0. 25. 0. It's at 20. 25. 0. Make sure that I still have throw on this. Let's get it in between. I hope this is showing up good. Whoa. Now I'm in a little ballistic. Bend it back. And from what I've seen with the cat claw, I'm done. With the cat claw setter, it seems to be just about as fiddly as this thing. To be honest with you, I'm back to, okay, so I get a left, a right, a straight, and this one should be a left and it's straight. So a left, a right. This is where the weld seam is. This is the beginning. So this one's 0. This one's 0. This one's a right. Left, right, straight. Left. Left, right, straight. Left, right, straight. Left, right, straight. This should be a left, a right. So at the seam here, oops, myself a little blood going on. At the weld seam here is a tooth that's the other way. So I'm going to leave it like that. Let me back you up for a second. I'll flip this band inside out. We'll go around them. So I've been around one side. It took 26 minutes. And I'll check the other side. Took 26 minutes shooting. Flip this band inside out. We'll put it back on here. We'll come over and check the other side. Yeah, let me get you over here. No, actually, you get a better view from here. See me flip the band inside out. We'll start back over. We'll see what the other side looks like. I still haven't really got my my bench set up here the way that I want it yet. So let's get your view back down on the top. Sorry about moving you around so much. And let's see how the other side looks. So this is a straight at 0. It's facing the other way. This one's at 25. That's good. Hopefully the other side's not knocked out of set. 0. Yeah, this one's down at 20. That overset. I'm going to set it back. And I'll go through and sharpen it. I'm going to set both bands first though. 0, it's short, it's at 20 again. 26, almost 25. 0. Once I get the 25, 0. That's 22. Let me just check my 0. Yep, 25. Weird. That two's so weird. It's got junk on it. That's good. 0. These are oversetting a little bit. I'm breaking them off. 25, 0. I was hoping this whole side was going to be 25 and then be done. This 25, 0, 25, 0, 27. Six, leave it. 0, 22. Wow. See, some of them set weird. It's one good thing about paying attention to it and doing it yourself is that you can get them. It's 26, 0. This one looks good. Nope. 25. Wow, 30. That one really been over. 26. It's good. I think the moral of the story here is that you can really dial in and customize your band even with this simple setup. This one could be just left. That's 25 now. 0, 25, 0, 24, 0. That one's good. 0, 23, 25, 0. Could tell that one needed some set. 24, 0, 25, 0. 25, 0, 24, 0, 22, 25, 0, oh, yep, 22, oh, overset. When you bend them back, you gotta try not to pull right on the tip of the tooth too. 25, 0. And the important thing, 25, is that in these, so you can see it's perfect 0 right now, that you're setting them in reference to itself. So it doesn't really, are these really 25,000? This is 24. I'm not sure. And I've seen some tests even on the Cooks, which is recognized as the best 23, is like recognized to be the best setter out there. I've seen some tests on those that even after people have set them, it's perfect, 25, they've gone through with a band dial indicator and that they don't really set them to what the dial indicators say. So, Art 25, are these really 25 thousandths over? That I'm not sure. But what I do know is that I'm getting it in reference to itself, I'm getting it super, super close. which is the most important thing, that the set's consistent. I can tell already this side likes about 89 thousandths for set over to get it to go to 25, right around 89 right there, and that puts me 25 and a half. But it is reading the zero tooth really, really consistently, you know, well within, that one overset just a hair. You know, it's reading the zero tooth within, that's perfect. It's reading the zero tooth, at zero. So for repeatability, it's doing something right. It's 25, so here's the zero tooth. Dead nut zero. So this tooth is set 22 thousandths. Now it's set 25. Here's the zero tooth. Dead nut zero. 21 and a half. 25. Dead nut zero. 22. Overset. And I overshot that 89 that time. Back to where it was. Don't overshoot the 89, Bill. 26 and a half. I'm gonna reset it. Right now I'm at 23. It's almost okay to leave it there. I'm just gonna put a little pressure on it. 25. Dead zero. So somebody said, well, your setter setup, you don't know if it works. It's 25. I'm hitting my zeros, which is the test. It's 24. I'll leave it. The zero. So I know that the zero teeth are showing up as zeros, 25. Zero, dead zero. This one's 23. It could be left. I'm just going to put a little pressure on it. 24, good. Zero. 22. 25. Zero. Almost didn't need to move that. 20. Right around 87. 25. So you can get a feel for it after a while at how much to put on them. Sometimes around the weld seam, 25. Sometimes around the weld seam, it gets a little weird. I'm almost done with this side. 21, 25, 0, 22, 26. I'm just going to get back just a little bit. 22, 25, 0, 23. I'm just going to put a little pressure on this one. 24, 0, 25, 0, 25. Now it's 85 thousandths is doing the trick right now. 22, 25, 0, good to 24, 0. This one's pretty good. It's like 23 and a quarter. Just going to bend it a little bit. 25, 0, 24, 0, 23. So you could easily get this band within a thousandth, which is the important part, is that it's consistent. This one's good. Bingo. Dead zero. This one's actually good. I'm just going to put a little pressure on it at 24. You know, you could take the time to make sure this one's 23 and a quarter. Good. 25. You know, you could take the time to set every one exactly the same. 22. 25. 85 thousandths is doing the trick right now. 85, 25. 0. 20. 85, 25. 0. And I'm done. 85, 23. Just fell short. 86, 25. 0. And this is that weird tooth. So there's a left, right, 0. There should be left, right, 0, but this one is a left. 0. Left, or a right, left, 0. This should be a right, this should be a left, and this should be 0, but this one's bent that way. So this is that weird spot in the band. I think I'm going to go ahead and set this tooth. This one's I'm going to leave it at 20. It's very resistant to setting. I'd rather have it underset than overset, and that's right at the weld seam, and there's something with that tooth that just doesn't like being set, so I'd rather have it under than over. So that's setting a band. I'm going to do the other one real quick, and I'll do some sharpening, so I'll bring you guys back when I do a little bit of sharpening. I'm going to make sure the wheel shape is right and see how long it takes to zip through at least one band. And I'll take you along for the ride. One thing that I have learned is that they, you know, doing it this way, they cut great. So, you know, we're right back to cutting just with a, you know, like with a factory brand new blade. So I'm going to kill this and I'll shoot a part 2.